hello, and welcome to the Rag Company TRC podcast. I'm Dane Hennen. To my right, Levi Gates.
What's up, Dane?
Perfect.
Sorry.
And to my left, Anthony Fisher.
Hey, Dane, down 6 pounds and feeling a little leaner, meaner. Realizing that I'm not wearing any Rag Company swag today.
Oh.
Jeff's probably going to say something later.
You can't do that. You know that, right?
I know.
Like, you can't just wear fun shirts to work. You have to wear work shirts.
I know I wear my G-Technic vest a lot because I just love having the vest.
You like to stay warm,
G-Technic
too.
Serum Summit happened over the weekend.
That's right,
So
yeah.
so it's relevant.
I should have worn my Crown Rally t-shirt.
Yeah, well,
Shoulda,
look
coulda,
at you.
didn't.
Done up. You
Always,
got your TRC
yeah,
hat.
and
your whiskey
rocking
hoodie.
my TRC
And
shirt
your
underneath.
TRC. Ooh, nice. TRC
Never let it be
Wednesday?
said that it's my TRC.
Okay.
Never let it be said that I am not a company man.
He's got the bases covered there.
All you need is a tattoo to finish it off.
I know. Then I'd always have it on there.
There you go.
I keep that MF thing on me all the time.
Heck yeah. So anyways, guys, well, welcome to another great week where the weather is becoming warmer.
Oh, it's
the
gorgeous
sun
yesterday.
is
It
shining
was
brighter.
Saturday was
Beautiful.
amazing.
And yet we still had to lose an hour.
Yeah, that part
that's-
sucks.
What-
it always sucks.
Why did that happen?
It's called daylight savings time, Anthony. Great question.
Who enacted that, and how long has it been around for?
So I could Google that for you, but I'm not going to.
Something
Been going around for a while,
Okay.
and it was to kind of. So I think it was to help farmers, is what I think was supposed
Well,
to
there's
happen.
plenty of other insurance companies out there that don't have to run off a daylight
Not the insurance
savings.
company, actually people that grow things in the ground. I believe that was why it was there. So,
Gotcha.
but don't quote me on that. Again, you can Google it for yourself. However, there are a few states that don't believe in daylight savings,
Arizona.
Like Arizona.
like Arizona.
So, what's your favorite thing about daylight savings? Just go.
So I like fall because it gives you an extra hour. You fall back and you get that extra hour. Spring ahead sucks because you lose an hour.
So, you know what my favorite part is? I like when the sun goes down at 10 p.m. in the
It
summer.
is. I do love that.
Fantastic.
Here in Boise, Idaho, because where we are, it stays light till 10 p.m. in the
Yeah.
summer, which is really neat.
It's crazy, guys.
Yeah.
Like, there's like, I remember how there's like nights where like there'll be guys out there mowing their lawn,
Yeah.
like 9:20, and you're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
are you crazy?
It's still sunny out. It's
sun's out,
perfectly.
man.
Yeah, my kids hate it when I've got the blackout curtains on them. I'm
Oh,
putting
yeah.
them to bed at 8:30.
Kids go to bed. It's still going to be sunny
The
for
neighbor
another
kids
2
are
hours.
outside. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's like it doesn't matter.
Well, I know.
But
Well, Josh puts his kids. So Josh,
he does
our
the same thing
global-
I do. We have good children.
Our global guy, he puts his kids.
like
to,
they
he, puts,
listen.
he puts his kids to bed at like 7 something.
8 o'clock.
I'm like, you're
Same
a
as me.
monster. The sun
Brutal.
is still up.
Yeah, we try to hit it at 8 o'clock.
Literally and figuratively.
So here's the deal, Anthony. There are those parents that just let their kids run wild.
Yeah.
You know, let them do what they
Well,
want.
I go to Walmart
Here's
at
what's
10
up.
o'clock and there's kids running around all the
Yeah.
time.
When you become a parent
Okay.
and you enact a strict 8 p.m. bedtime,
Yeah.
it becomes the greatest thing you've ever wanted in your life is for your children to go to sleep.
Oh, wow.
And you'll be like, it's bedtime, go to bed.
for the love of all that's holy, go to
then
bed.
that time period from 8:30, 9 o'clock till you decide to go to bed, that's your time. That's Anthony's time. That's the time that you will be able to have to perhaps maybe you want to go out and wash the Civic or go out to the garage and maybe do a little
pipe.
work, lay some pipe.
thought he was
You
gonna
want to do a little work in the garage, you know?
Yeah.
Or maybe you and the missus want to have some snacks and watch some TV or watch a movie or something. That's going to be
Okay.
your time. So the time that you had over this weekend, think about all that time you took. Remember you said out of the pot, so to speak?
Yeah.
That time, it gets erased when you have kids. And so the only time you have
Levi, no.
It
no.
does. It
No,
does. Yes, it does.
can't. The kid just doesn't work like that,
No,
right?
the kid takes all that
kids are
time.
respectful of your time.
They are not. They are not respectful of your time
hey,
at all.
I'm going to go work in my car for a little bit. You just want to hang out around the house, play with
Nope.
the dogs?
Nope. They need you to do stuff all day. The dogs aren't going to take care of your kids.
Oh, my gosh.
Even though you love your sweet Goldens, they're not going to be the nanny dogs that you hope for.
I'm training them for this, so maybe they will.
Hopefully.
Who knows?
You never know. But the
Anyway.
point is, you're going to want that time. So put your kids to bed when the sun's still up.
Okay. All right. So,
Well-
moving on from here, right?
Yes.
What's been happening at TRC? Well, a couple different things are happening,
lot.
right? This week, right? We have St. Patrick's Day coming up. What day does that land on?
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Wednesday. What are you wearing?
Green.
What are you wearing, Dane?
Green.
I'm probably going to be wearing green as well. But we do have a Wash Wednesday dropping on Wednesday. Right? That's a very good. It's a St. Patrick's Day special.
Yeah, we're very excited about it.
Very excited. Also, I think dropping either Wednesday or Tuesday. I can't remember what day it is. Right? There is going to be a special lucky, something very lucky. I don't. Should I spill the beans or do I hold off?
Now I don't know what you're talking about.
I hope so.
I know we have a video that we haven't released yet that's coming out tomorrow.
We also have something that's going to be
DA
kind of
fine,
it's a lucky kind of mystery thing happening.
Like a pot of gold or like a sack in which you can hold things.
Like a sack that which gold
like
could be
it holds
stored
things,
in potentially.
but you don't know what's in
But
it.
it's a
Some
lucky
people call
sack.
those, I think they're called like a mystery satchel.
Something like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a harness section that kind of goes on and you wear it.
Kind of like a backpack, a mystery
Not
backpack.
a backpack necessarily, more like
Okay.
a messenger mystery.
Oh.
Could
bag.
it be a box?
It potentially would arrive in a box because of just shipping reasons, but
Okay.
it
All
could
right.
be, in fact, be a bag. So anyways, Wednesday, I think around Wednesday or Tuesday, expect something very lucky to be dropping at theragcompany.com, in which, let's just say we've left the 4-leaf clover hunting for the professionals. We decided to do something of our own.
my kids started their leprechaun traps
Did they?
this weekend.
How are they going so far?
Well, Hadley's is basically done.
Yeah.
Augie is waiting to start his, and he told me to bring a box from the rag company, and I said, do you want a small box or a big box? He's like, I need the biggest box you can find.
What would you actually do?
If they caught a
they're
leprechaun?
If they're like, yeah, we caught one.
One, I'd probably be scared. I'd be so
Okay,
shocked.
I know it's not a leprechaun, so what is it?
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
And where's my wishes?
Yeah.
It's the neighbor's dog.
So anyway, so that's happening this week at the TRC. Last thing, the Serum Summit happened this last weekend with our friends over at G-Tech.
Sunny Florida.
And sunny, humid Florida. And I think it went pretty well.
So I had a bit of FOMO.
yeah.
You know, I was bummed that we couldn't go. I was
We
bummed
saw lots
that
of pictures from our
No.
friends.
we love that event. We love going there. We love being able to do stuff. We love hanging out with everybody in the G-Technic team and crowd. Here's the deal, though. I got my shot.
Yep.
My first shot on Saturday.
I'm
you
halfway
got,
there,
You got
yeah.
yours already, too?
Yep.
Like, Anthony hasn't
Yeah.
signed up for his yet.
Still
but
just need to sign
here's
up.
the deal. We are this close to finally, being vaccinated. And the rules here has been get vaccinated, and then you guys can travel.
Okay.
Now,
See the world.
it just sucks that it was the timing and the way that works. But hopefully, after the first week of April, Dane and I are going to be good to go to travel.
Bam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Anthony probably won't be able to join us for a while because he's waiting so long to
Waiting.
keep doing this. But it's
See
cool.
if you guys survive. And
we're fine.
Somebody's got to take care of the rag company
Live
once
it.
you guys go. So, anyway, so the Serum Summit happened. It sounded like it was a good success.
We were on the wall.
We were on the wall. We had a video that we created for it, and it definitely looked like a lot of fun. So, what else we got going on?
We got the
that's-
UK cut,
We
which
did our
this morning.
weigh-in this week for week 10.
There were some positive
A lot of
results.
great positives.
Yeah.
Gabe erased them all by putting the total amount lost since January.
Yeah, that kind of screwed with it.
And it's really sad to see the total amount lost this
bad.
January. I don't want to look at that as
I'm
a
the
comparison.
lowest. Dane is
I am
beating me.
shifting my methods here.
Oh, here we
So we
go.
have Nick with the actual chart up here.
Nick has dropped out
Oh,
for this. He's decided it's just too much.
It is
Okay.
too much. It is too
he was
much.
doing
He's
a good
trying
job.
he's trying a new medication. So
Right.
Yep,
he doesn't
yep.
want to have
Yes,
to deal
yep.
with
Not worth it.
fluctuations
Totally
and
fair.
all that on
Yep.
top of
Not
that.
worth
So
it.
we
So,
all understand.
But yeah, so far so good. You guys can see the chart there. I am trying a different method now, so I am not. Basically, I don't really have a method, but one method I am going to do. I'm just going to do carb cycling. It's really
Okay.
easy. It's not really complicated at all. It's about as simple as it gets. Basically, I'm just going to do one high day, so high carbs, followed by 2 low days. And so, and by like the difference is basically on a high day, I'm ramping up like, let's just say if I'm getting in 250 grams of carbs on a high day.
Yeah.
On a low day, I'd be at like 150, maybe 125.
Okay. I see.
But basically, it's just a displacement of the carbs, and it kind of basically cycles that through, and your body burns the high days really fast, and then it doesn't get used to the low days, so it continues to burn. Right? So I'm going to try that out. So far, I'm like 5 days in, but it seems to be doing okay. I
That's
feel
a good
slim
idea.
when I wake up. So, Anyways, weekends.
Good stuff.
Well, here, I'll
Levi.
pop through. There's only a few comments.
Let's
here,
pop
so I
through a
can
couple
pop them
comments,
up.
Dane.
Okay, let's do it.
We got Shelby here.
Shelby,
saying,
what's up?
In need of an extra bang today, so yeah, go get that. And
I need one
no
of those.
sugar,
I need
nothing
one of
there,
those as
so.
well.
Daylight savings is kicking all our butts.
Levi, could I crack?
I don't have any bangs in there.
Yeah.
They're in the other fridge.
They're in the other fridge, and we got a
Miami
whole.
Cola?
We got a new order in, and I haven't unpacked it yet.
I
They're
know,
all
so.
room temperature.
Well,
all right.
we do have the bang coffees that Dane loves so much.
Oh, I
Yeah,
do love
yeah.
those.
But again,
Those are
they're
great.
warm.
His eyes lit up
Yes.
right when I said bang coffees.
Yes.
But
I
they
already
are-
have coffee
they
in
are
this
warm.
cup, though. So we've also got Alex, classic Alex here, saying happy Monday, TRC team. What a great way to start the week. Thank you, Alex.
What's up, man?
And of course, what show would be complete without
First from Puerto
Rico? Levi.
Saying hello, TRC team listening says working on network cables and connections at the office data center. Nice, man. He's still on additional connections on a ladder. Nice.
Oh, man. That Mountain Tone. You should have put a set of Morimotos on the Black Beauty. Well, you know, it's a process. I'll talk about my weekend here in a minute.
Yeah.
We can get into that. We've got Yoshi here. Happy Monday, y'all. I'm
Full
on full
anxiety. Yeah.
jitters mode. After
Dude, the
having
nitro
my
cold
second nitro
brews
cold
hit
brew this
different for
morning.
sure.
Oh.
Those literally,
yeah.
those jack me up, man.
Mountain Town fellow soldier. My kids are in bed at 7:30 every night.
You guys are
Wow.
monsters, man.
Wow.
Raising our children right by putting them to bed in the early evening. Decon saying, what's up, party people? Installed C001 coating on pearl white Audi Q7 this weekend. Turned out amazing. Mystery leprechaun pot. And then Dirk
Yes.
Dew saying hi from Germany. What's up, Dirk?
Hey.
Good to have
All
you
right.
checking in.
So now we can get into our weekends here. And you guys go ahead and keep
So-
commenting away. We'll just kind of get to them periodically. Maybe near the end of the show, we'll be able to get into more. But feel free to watch and we'll
So
continue.
here's what happened this weekend. Great weekend. Nice weather.
Yeah. What you got?
Lovely time had by all. Friday night, just kind of came home, hung out with the kids and Carly. We didn't do much. What we did was had a weenie roast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Decided to make some hot dogs, grill up some hot dogs the night
On the
As
grill
you
or
do.
on the
on
stove?
the grill. Yeah,
Okay.
on the grill.
Are you a splitter or are you a?
No, I cook them till they split.
Do you but do you cut the?
Yeah, I do.
You do.
I crisscross them.
You crisscross them.
So they
yeah.
have like a diamond pattern in the hot dog.
Yeah.
Then I cut a hunk of cheddar cheese and I set it on top. So
Are you
once
serious?
once it's spun and split, then I throw the cheese on top.
He doesn't get those pre-made
I also
cheese
do.
dogs.
I also
Does it
do.
himself.
After I've sliced everything, kosher salt and fresh ground pepper on the hot dog. Then throw them on my grill.
Yeah, it's delicious.
And my grill is cast iron, so they cook on my cast iron man grates.
Yeah.
I get those things up to about 600 degrees, and then I put the hot dogs on it, and then turn them, and then once they split, then a sliced cheddar on top. And
Wow.
then pull them off, throw them on there, ketchup and mustard, sometimes little barbecue sauce if you want. It's
Pep it up.
wicked. They're wicked.
Nice.
That sounds delicious.
So I'm gonna say my hot dogs are some of the finest.
If you would like to bring your hot dogs, I'm more than happy to bring Tony's wings.
I think
and berries.
we could do a Dane eats Levi's hot dogs and Tony's wings.
and berries. That'd be so funny.
Oh, boy.
Crap, who wants to see that?
Yeah,
we can
that's a
make it
great
happen.
idea. But my hot dogs are some of the best things I make.
Yeah.
Wow.
The one critic that does not like my hot dogs, my own flesh and blood,
What?
August Gordon Gates.
Wow. Not a fan.
Cannot abide a hot dog
Yeah.
of any type.
Okay, what's his rationale?
You just hate. It's because
Is
I
it
made
the
it.
texture? Is it because he thinks there's something weird in it? Is it because
No excuse, Dane.
nothing?
He's showing his control.
Oh, so he's just beyond all that. He's just like practicing his manipulation
Yeah.
tactics for
Yeah.
later.
Yep.
Okay.
So
He's
super
like,
frustrating.
You made this? You
Yeah.
made this?
Literally, that's what it feels like. That's what it feels
Wow.
like.
Jeez.
So then the old school Catholic in me comes out and goes, "Was it because I made it for you?
Oh no.
You know, I bought those hot dogs and I cooked them for you, and if you're not going to eat them, it kind of hurts my feelings. Give me the old guilt trip."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so
then he
how does
goes-
he react?
He goes, "I'm really sorry, Dad. I just don't want to eat it." And I go, "What do you want to eat?"
Child. Yeah.
And he goes, "Well, I could have some of those Oreos up there."
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God,
That's not dinner.
That's not
Not dinner.
dinner.
Well, I'll have a bowl of Cookie Crisp. not dinner. We're having dinner. This is what we're eating. Hadley, on the other hand, she's my cheerleader.
Yeah.
Can I have a second and third hot dog? Oh. No, you've already eaten one and you basically inhaled it.
Yeah.
You can have them if you don't have a bun with them. She's like, that's not a hot dog. So
that's just a naked corn dog.
Yeah. So basically, that was my Friday night. I had to fight my children to one to not eat, and the other one to eat.
Yeah.
And then Saturday, friend of the program dropped off his vehicle. The general manager of our local Cracker Barrel.
Nice.
No way.
Dropping off his Honda CRV.
Wow.
Rolling on a fresh set of Koenig wheels.
Saw that. Yeah.
Saw that.
So
Throwbacks.
dropped it off for it's his wife's car.
Yeah.
He's a aficionado of CRVs. He's got a couple of them, and so he dropped off his wife's to get detailed. So my man Eric was dropped it off there. Said just do an interior for her, and if you could polish out this headlight for me, that'd be great because he'd replace the other side.
Yeah.
So I worked on that. Super nice, super clean. I mean, it's not that hard of a detail to do.
Sure.
So what did I do? Because I finished it. I mean, it took me longer to polish the headlight than actually clean the interior because it was so clean already.
Yeah.
I just had to scrub the door panels and stuff. I ended up doing a quick Uno bead maker on the outside because it was a little dingy. The white was just a little starting to fade, almost like it was an old single stage kind of white.
Huh.
So it's starting to get chalky. So I thought, well, you know,
you get a little something.
Get a
The
little
old
pop.
razzle dazzle.
Yeah, was able to knock that out in less than 15 minutes. Ran around the car, got it on there, and then wiped it down with the bead maker after. It was about 15 minutes to get Uno Protect on the vehicle. So finished that all up, and then Saturday went to the Albertsons corporate offices on Park Center to get my shot.
Nice.
Went in, pulled in, parked, walked up. There were people greeting you. Hey, just go on in, get your shot. We're having a great time, having a lot of fun there. I said, oh, all right. Oh. So first shot of the COVID vaccine, walked into the building. The guy standing there is like, hey, welcome. You 4:00? I said, yeah. He's like, perfect. Yeah, they're just pick a red square and follow the line. You'll see we're going to have you check in up here, and then you'll walk over to the other spot there, and they'll get you a shot, and then we're going to ask you to go into that room, have a seat for about 15 minutes, and then that's it. You're done. And I said, oh, thanks. And so I had my paperwork, sat it down there. They took care of it. They're like, all right, cool, thanks. Here's all your stuff. Just walk right up there, pull a number. I pull a number, one of the little red ticket things, and the guys, like, they were so fast.
Yeah.
As soon as I pulled the number, the guy was standing right there. He's like, all right, come on up. And
so it's the opposite of the DMV.
It was the best.
Okay.
However, they did make a lot of DMV jokes. The guy was
I'm
like,
sure,
are you ready for your driving test?
I got your
Yeah,
number.
he's like, you ready for your driving test today? And I said, I sure hope I pass. And then walked right up, had me sit down. Pharmacist was sitting right there, and she's like, all right, so what arm you chose the left, huh? And I said, well, you know, my right arm gives me a lot of pain, and if I'm going to be in pain, I want to kind of have it evened out. And she started laughing. She thought that was funny, and I was like, no, I'm serious. Like, I'm
sure there's been several jokes about...
I'm in excruciating pain always on my right side, so let's just make the left side hurt. But, I mean, she gave me the shot while she was joking with me.
Yeah.
And she's like, all right, you're done. Go over to the other room. Walk into the other room. Tons of people all spaced out sitting in chairs. And the guy's like, hey, come on in. Just so you know, we just need you to sit for 15 minutes. So just relax and hang out. And he's walking around with a Trivia Pursuit book.
What?
Asking questions, little trivia questions. So
wow. So this is just
trying to
higher energy all the way around.
A lot of fun. It's in the Albertsons conference in their corporate offices.
Okay.
So it's an atrium. So
wow, beautiful
open ceiling with glass, trees,
my favorite
bushes.
part of any big building.
I mean, gorgeous space inside there. So really beautiful place to be sitting in, hanging out, and then finished my 15 minutes. Got back in my car, drove home. Carly went out with her friends, and so I had the night with the kids and raked up some leaves in my yard because I thought better keep my arm moving, you know, because that was what they said. Mm-hmm. If you do some activity with your arm, it's not going to be nearly as painful. So I thought, well, I'll rake and I'll get that going and I'll work on the car. So I finished up the detail on the car. The kids were over across the street at a birthday party. So it's just me hanging out, just raking up, listening to an audiobook, and got that done. Took the kids, got some Idaho Pizza Company pizza twists.
Delicious. Yeah.
One of my, you guys know this. One of my,
very
I can't say no to a good pizza twist.
Yeah.
Sure.
So finished out Avengers. We've got them on the. We're watching an order.
Oh, okay.
That's a good time.
Of basically
in order of release
timeline.
or in order of chronology?
Order of release is what I'm doing with the kids. I thought about doing chronology, but they're trying to start.
They'd probably be more confused.
So we finished Avengers. Was what we did on Saturday night.
The first one.
The first one. Because we had finished Captain America, and before that we had watched Thor, and before that we watched Iron Man 2 and Iron Man 1. So finished Avengers with the kids. That was my kind of thing with them. And then Sunday, got up bright and early to the sound of my children being up at 6 a.m. on Daylight Savings Day, which is never fun on a Sunday to go like, what are you guys doing up? It's 5 a.m.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, we're just watching TV. Hadley's eating a cold pizza twist.
Ugh.
I'm like, guys, come on. You got to go to bed. So finished the car once we kind of got up and got moving. And the one thing Augie wanted to do was go to Playjoy in the mall. The Playjoy is the little arcade that they've built now.
Yeah, you're telling us about that. They went there last
me
weekend.
and last weekend. So he's like, we got to go again on Sunday, you and me. And Hadley wanted to go. And I said, well, we got to take your sister. And he's like, all right, then I guess you can come with us. So the three of us go. So me and the kids head over to the mall just to do this. And I think $10, each of them will get a $5 card for games. It'll be perfect.
Yeah.
Give them their money, give them their cards. They go play. I just kind of hang out, play on my phone, watch them, help them out. Augie gets done, goes and checks the tickets on his card because it's got a kiosk, like a vending machine, basically, so you can get your prizes. And scans his card, says 98 tickets.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good. Everything under 100, 0 to 100 of the prizes was out of order.
Oh, no.
And he's like, so I can't get anything? And I said, no, but you could probably save your card.
Yeah.
And he walks over, throws his card in the recycling bin.
Dude.
And I go, what did you just do? And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. And he can't get it out, right?
Yeah.
He starts crying. Poor kid, his heart just breaks.
You made that
Hadley
choice.
walks
You're gonna
up,
have to live
scans
with that
hers.
decision
She's
now.
got 112. I said, just hold on to it. We'll come back another day and just keep your cards and you'll just remember. And Augie's over there just fucking crying. I mean,
So he was
crying.
so he threw it into the recycling like there's no getting it back.
No getting it back.
Why did he throw it in there?
It's the thing that you recycle the cards
I know, but
in.
you told him not to
But
throw it
it
in
was
there.
probably
Because
like
he
some
did his
like
own thing
really
in his own
just
brain.
ragey,
Just-
impulsive.
He was just
thing.
like,
and he immediately regretted
yeah.
it.
As soon as he did that, he didn't realize what he was doing, right? So as soon
Even
as
though
he
on
does
paper
it,
as an adult, you're like, but obviously.
I mean, he is bawling his eyes out. So I think I'll be a good dad. I get him another $5 each on a card. Hand them to him. I said, all right, here you go. Don't throw it away this time. And it's like a vault. Like you can't stick your hand in there. It's not a trash can. It's a vault. Like a key drop.
Just imagining like it's Saw 2.
And there's
reaching
nobody
into the
working
thing
in
and then
this
he tried
building.
to pull out.
Yeah.
It's all self-serve. So there's no one working in this little amusement.
Yeah.
So I let him go again. All right. Both kids run around. And I'm like, all right, I'm $20 into this little adventure. It's fine. Augie playing his games. Hadley gets done. Another 112 tickets.
Amazing.
It's like she's good at this or
Like
something.
impressive. Good
Yeah.
job. Kid walks in. Resets the prize machine so the prizes are working while we're there.
Yeah.
I ask him, hey, do you think you could get in that vault and get my son's 98 ticket card back out?
Yeah.
And he goes, no, because I don't have the keys for that one.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, that's fine. Augie's over there playing a game. Augie gets done, burns off his last quarter, technically, on his card. I see a number that shocks me because it tells you how many tickets are on the card when it like pulls the money out. And I was like, wow, so he got 300 tickets? That's pretty good. So all gets done. He walks over. I was like, all right, let's see what you got. Scans his card. wasn't $300 or 300 tickets. It's 3,113 tickets on his card.
What?
How?
I have no idea. He goes, well, I hit the spider on this splat thing. I think that gave me 1,000 tickets. He has no idea how he got.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what game did you play? He's like, well, I got like 500 from that Angry Birds game, and I got this from this one, and I'm just like,
but
dude,
you struggled to get 98 before?
the fact, like, this prize setup isn't like when you go to like Wahoo's or like Pojo's or any of the arcades.
Yeah, there's some like linearity to how it plays out.
This is designed like they have like 2,000 will get you a lava lamp, like 10,000 will get you some AirPods, and then like 20,000 will get you like some Skull Candy over ear headphones, and that's like it. Yeah. And then everything else is like the little 50-cent vending machine stuff that you get.
Yeah.
So I'm like, great. Like, he could spend all 3,000 and get a lava lamp, which he's going to break.
Yeah.
And so he proceeds to buy at least everything that's 500 and below for himself.
See, that's a strategy.
He literally got almost one of everything out of that vending machine and then some for Hadley. And when we left, he had 495 tickets still on his card. And he's like, I'm putting this in my wallet. Like, he was so jacked. And he was walking out of that thing.
Hands full.
I mean, because it had zips.
He's got like rings and necklaces.
No, dude, it had
literally diamond hands.
He had his sweatpants on. He had his sweatpants pockets stuffed. He had zip ties. There were zip ties on every toy that came off of the rings that as it dropped. He had them on like every finger. So he's walking out. He's like, I feel like I just got done shopping. That's what he said.
He's like, making his own infinity gauntlet
and
over
I'm looking at these other kids, these other little kids that are there that are just watching him like just strutting out of that place, strutting out of the Playjoy.
That's great.
Just loaded, just set up. And Hadley's got all, like, she spent 200 tokens on like putty and like candy necklaces, and she's just walking out with her arms. She's got piles of stuff.
Looks like you robbed the joint.
Yeah, I was just like, I felt bad because like that. Even the kid working was like watching us walk out with one of everything.
So he probably thinks your comment about the 98-point card is like,
I'm
really,
like, he's
this
like,
guy?
hey, can I get one of those 100-point cards in there? Get it out for me.
It's like, is this guy just like a scammer and he's just
that's how I
digging through
felt.
trying to
That's
find
how
more
I felt.
points?
Like, I could not, like, we literally couldn't. It was insane. I couldn't believe it. And then Augie's like, I said, please don't open any of this stuff up in the Suburban. We were driving back. Please don't open it. All little pieces, all little stuff. He's like, don't worry, I won't.
What's going to happen.
As soon as we walk in the door, he's like, Mom, check it out. Completely covers our couch in everything. Opens up all of it. Just makes.
And I'm sure they got lost in the cushions immediately.
He was so jacked. It was hilarious. But it was so funny. Because he cried so hard at putting his card away. Like, he literally, like, his heart was broken that he had lost his card. And then I pop out another $5 card for him and hand it to him. And he pulls, I kid you not, more than the $20. Like, I started looking at some of the things.
I feel like he's learned the wrong lesson
I was
here.
like, this is the first time in my life that I have ever gotten more things than I have actually spent. And that never happens when you go to an arcade.
So you're like, okay, what's karma going to do and when is it going to do it?
So what's going to happen is someday he's going to grow up and he's going to be like, so remember that time at the arcade,
the only time
Dad?
he's ever peaked.
He's like, is that what gambling at the casino is like? He's
Literally.
like, because I'm ready
no,
to spend
son,
some
don't
money.
do it. Don't do it.
It was like, that's what he's going to. Yeah. He'll be that kid that goes, I put $100
like
we're
on
this
our way
and I won
$20,000 and he's coming along and he's like, all right.
Yeah, he won't know how it happened. He just did it. It was hilarious. Anyway,
Yikes.
so that was my weekend in a nutshell.
Wow.
Ordered myself a new Vice, 6-inch Wen Vice.
Ooh, that's a good brand. Yeah,
got me a Wen. So very excited to have that. We did a twist. Augie and I. We took one of the spikes, heated it up, stuck it in our little Vice, and then twisted it.
Okay.
However,
cool.
our little Vice isn't strong enough, so I needed to get a bigger Vice, which is why I decided to order a Wen.
What are you mounting it on? Is it mounting onto a table? Or?
Well, I don't know yet, Dane. This one I'm thinking of mounting it on my giant stump of maple.
Okay, that's what I wondered.
I'm not
because
sure.
The the vise is only as good as the thing it's mounted on.
Well, I have
So
the
if you put it
small
on a
one
weak
mounted on
surface-
I have it mounted on a workbench, the small one. The big
Okay.
one, I don't know. We'll see if I want to mount it on a workbench or actually want to put it onto that big huge piece of thing.
Yeah.
Yes, Yoshi, Og is
Yoshi,
going to
that's
be a rage
100%
gamer.
correct.
I'm really worried about that. That frightens
There's
me a lot.
probably going to
so.
be memes in his future of
Yeah.
him just screaming at the computer or
Yeah.
something. Hopefully he doesn't break anything.
That's too funny.
Anyway,
Okay,
so what'd you
well,
guys do?
That was exciting. Well, how about you?
So my weekend was nothing too crazy. Friday night, after let's just say I had pretty much loaded this entire office with different scents. It was pretty bad. It
that
was,
So
brutal.
if you can't see, my eye is
You like popped a blood vessel.
swollen. I think it's because of what you did on Friday.
that looks like
Pretty sure.
The two are definitely
no. I
connected.
think that's unrelated.
Definitely.
I'm pretty sure it happened.
I'm
I
gonna
just remember
say-
I said in the words, "My eyes are burning."
Oh,
I mean,
maybe that's what it was.
short of somebody shooting tear gas in here, it couldn't
Yeah,
have
it was-
gotten much worse.
Yeah, it was
Anyway.
pretty bad.
So it was pretty bad. So anyways, went home. Friday night, honestly, man, it was pretty a pretty low key night. I think me and Katie just hung out, nothing crazy. And Saturday morning, I woke up early because I wanted to get a couple things done. And it turns out I apparently owed my wife a day of like attention.
Ah, yeah.
So I got up early to do a bunch of things, and she's like, "Oh no, I was gone for like 4 days." She's
you
like,
thought
she's
this
like,
was
we're
your
gonna
day."
hang out. I'm like, "Oh yeah, for sure." So went on a walk first thing in the morning. Right, took the dogs down to the green belt down off of Eagle, kind of near Bella Key, whatever it's called, in Bardnay. Walked up and down that. Man, a lot of great paths
Yeah,
here
there really
in
are.
Boise that just never.
You're in a good area for
You
it.
never knew about?
Never even checked out. And I was walking through there. I'm like, wow, they have all this stuff. There's all these like features. Like they have like little dog pens that you can put your dogs in on a walking path. They had entire bike service stations with pumps and tools and stands. And like,
Because you're going through Eagle.
well, that probably
No,
makes
it's in
sense.
Boise too.
Oh, yeah,
we have
yeah.
them. We have them.
I was just very surprised at
Part
how
of the green belt. It's
like
bridge to
all
rivers.
the bridges. There's like 3 bridges down there. I'm like, wow, this has always been here, or I've lived here for half my life, and I've never seen that stuff. So, took the boys out. It was beautiful. It was a nice nice way to start the day. And then after that, went and saw Raya and the Last Dragon.
Oh, yeah.
Right, the
Okay.
Disney movie.
Yeah, where'd you guys go?
Went to the over by my house on Eagle Road. That what's it called? That new movie theater, the Real Theater, the new
Oh.
one, the fancy one.
So you went into a movie theater.
Yep, went into
How
a movie theater.
was it?
So there was
Ghost Town, right?
It was me and I think 4 other people in the entire theater,
Yeah.
right? So that was pretty nice. But this theater is the one I talked about literally 1 year ago.
Oh, the one over by Two
Yes.
Rivers.
Yes, the one that I went to and I said, "Hey, I saw 1917 in this theater, and
Yeah,
it was
it's a great
freaking
theater.
crazy."
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
'Cause
the sound system in there is really good.
They have that Dolby Atmos system, and it's like wild,
Yeah.
right? So, watch that movie. Fantastic movie, honestly.
Yeah, they're charging $20 on Disney Plus.
I was
to
going to
watch
say
it,
they're charging
so-
so much on
Really?
Disney Plus,
Yeah.
you might as well
I
just go see it in a
paid
theater.
$8,
Perfect.
so maybe you should go there.
I should probably
Yeah.
take my kids next weekend.
But great movie. A lot of good lessons in that movie.
Hmm.
Like I think Disney's really pushing, and there's a lot of like analogies in that movie, right? But it's very good. I
Yeah.
think that there's a lot of life lessons in that movie, and I think it's worth showing your kids. But I enjoyed it as an adult. I thought that was still pretty good.
Nice.
The Lux Real Theater.
Yeah, there
you
you go,
got it,
Shelby.
Shelby.
Good
That's
job.
correct.
That's it. And so after we did that, I think what did we went and got some lunch or made lunch or whatever it was, and then after that, she's like, "All right, you're good to go." She's like, "You can go, go play."
You are
So
free.
went into the garage.
That was nice of her to let you go after a walk in a movie.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm like, that's
Wow.
all.
Yeah,
that-
you're on the
that-
walk. Turns
I'm
out
like, that's
the
all
dogs
I
were
had to
the
do.
only
I'm like,
ones
you don't
on
want
a
me to
leash.
like take out the trash or pick up dog poop. She's like, no. She's like, no, you can go install your seats
Wow.
now. Because I've been wanting to install those dang Corbeau
Yeah,
seats
you could have done it
forever.
though when she was gone.
Yeah, but sometimes I'm just exhausted after a long day of work.
Well,
You
we
know?
went to all the trouble of like shooting these cool pictures and videos and stuff of the seats like near the car, and then one in the passenger seat just kind of sitting there. He hadn't actually installed them yet, but he
No.
wanted to do everything short of that. It's like, come on, commit.
Yeah, I know. So I finally installed them,
Okay.
right?
Did you take Katie for a ride in the new seats too?
No, I'll tell you that here in
all
just a
right.
minute. So I finally installed them. Brackets, everything's really easy. It's all plug and play. Like I said, everything from Corbeau is basically you get the seat bracket for your car. It says that there might be some modification required in certain cases.
Yeah.
Nothing. I'm talking literally zipped right in. No issues
plug
at
and
all.
play in the most
I ended up
literal
using
sense.
Loctite on all the bolts, on everything seat wise. I'm sure there's a stronger thread lock than normal blue medium thread locker.
I'm sure there is, yeah.
But
Still
I just
works,
used
though.
what I had. So threw them in. Went to go sit in them for the first time, and holy crap, man! They are. It's I don't want to say it's tight, but I would definitely say like your legs are locked in the forward position. You can't do like the guy thing.
There's no
where
casual like man spreading.
You
going
can't-
on.
there's
you
no-
can't man spread?
There's no man spreading that can happen in those seats. So everything you need to make sure everything's situated before getting in there. And I would say that like basically they sit. It's strange. It's a strange feeling because my other seats, because they were so old and broken, that when they sat low because there was no cushioning, right?
Oh.
So these sit. I'd probably say maybe just a little bit higher. But
Are they adjustable in any way?
they are adjustable, so I can I can lean back and I can slide up and slide up and back.
But no elevation change.
No elevation change. And let's just say I'm gonna it's a process of getting in. Like I have to do, because the bolstering is literally like 4
tight.
inches
Yeah,
high.
it looks
man.
stupid
It's
tall.
crazy tall. So you have to.
It's as tall as that cup you got
Step
next to
in,
you.
do the hover thing with your butt, slide over, and then you just kind of have to plop in, right?
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah,
then
you just
getting out.
imagine the damage someone like me could cause just sitting on one of those side bolsters.
Dane, you're never allowed to sit in that
So,
seat,
yeah,
I guess.
I'm not
To
allowed.
get out, you have to put your hand on the kick or the scuff board, right?
Yeah.
And push up.
Are you that low? Like you're in a Japanese tub?
You are that low. You are that low. You have to push
so
out.
the
you have to
sill,
push
the
up.
door sill, where is it when you're sitting down? Like in relation to the side of your leg, how high up is it?
So if here, let's just say,
So this is the top of your leg. Where's the door sill?
This is the top of my leg.
Yeah.
Then this would be the door sill.
Okay, so you do have some, but the bolster is like
The bolster's right there.
Right
I mean,
there.
it's
Okay.
right. I mean, it's thigh height on that
Okay.
bolstering. So,
Gotcha.
anyways, it's a whole process. I have to get used to it. It's definitely not what I was. I was expecting it to be aggressive, but this is like, holy crap, this is kind of crazy. So, I'm just really, guys, you don't understand. From a detailer's perspective, bolster wear kills me. It really does.
And you just created something that is going to
made a
be key
monster.
to that.
It hurts my soul when I see bolster wear, and it's like, because I wish I would have known this. Like, so on my Evo, for example, when I first got the car, I was like, bolstering. I know, gotta be careful, right? But a lot of my friends are like, oh, they slide in.
Yeah,
and
they just pop in.
They don't care, right? I never trained them how to do it.
Yeah.
And I remember I took my car into. I think it was like a shop once right after I got it to check out like something small. Guy plops in to get the VIN number, sits right on the bolster, literally just sitting on it. And I'm like, should I probably say something? I'm like, no, I don't want to be rude. Nowadays, I'm like, get the F off there. I'll punch you in the, get off the seat. So anyway, so I got the seats installed, looked fantastic. I thought, everything bolted right up. I was like, job well done. I thought that was a pretty good end of my day there. Went to the gym for an hour and a half. First time I've been at the gym for an hour and a half in probably like a year.
No wonder he lost so much
I
weight.
spent
He
a
was
ton of
doing all
time
this.
there.
Well, he didn't
And
lose that much. He's just total lost.
Total
yeah, but his
loss.
total loss is beating.
Yeah, but that's since
of
January.
But I am
His
down
actual
I am
loss,
down-
though, he's down almost 3,
I'm down 3 pounds.
which is good for
Still
what we ate
pretty
on
dang-
Friday.
Yeah, pretty dang
So,
good.
See, I was staying the same and going slightly up, and now just in this last week, I went. Burp.
yeah.
So,
He's all doing great. Proud of all of
Basically,
us.
I'm going to try to do more of those. If I can't
Okay.
go to the gym every night, at least I'm going to try to double my time on the nights that I can, if I can go.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. And so, and then Sunday, woke up. I was like, Katie, what do you want to do today? She's like, let's just eat breakfast. And then she's like, honestly, I just want to sleep. I said, okay, sounds good. So she just slept all day, right? That's what she wanted to do.
Yeah.
So I went on a motorcycle ride, jumped on the Triumph, flew out there I did the Hidden Springs loop, and then I flipped around to Warm Springs, did Warm Springs, came back through, and then I went up to it's the VA.
Yeah, the old VA hospital.
VA hospital. super cool. Dane, for pictures,
Yeah.
that's probably got to be one of the coolest.
It's a gorgeous area.
Yeah.
Like it's nobody goes over there.
No.
I don't know why that is, but it is like
I drive up those roads a lot, but that's just because it's somewhere to go out and away a little bit.
no. I'm
No, it's
talking like the
it's
old
the-
historical
it's the
homes
actual-
up there.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
The
I'm talking
Veterans
about
Administration
on the road
there.
that leads up to why can't
The military
I think of it
reserve?
right now? The cross on the top of the hill. I
Oh,
can't-
Table Rock.
Table Rock. There's a road that goes through all the neighborhoods and stuff up through there. There's this old abandoned like big warehouse building, kind of the bottom.
Yeah,
near
that's
those
called the
fields.
Armory.
That's the Armory. So okay.
So this is to the
VA
left.
hospital.
It's to the left. It's further.
it's-
It's
Is VA
it's
hospital
left
over
of
by
that.
the cemetery or
No,
No.
Dane. So you're in the right area.
I
We
know
don't-
this
these
area,
guys
but I
don't-
Dane,
don't
if
know the
you're in
exact
that, if you're in that
landmarks.
parking lot of the Armory,
Yeah.
and you threw a softball, and you were
Yeah.
facing the foothills,
Yeah.
and I said, "Okay, Dane, if 3 o'clock, if you stick your arm out and you're pointing right at St. Luke's, straight ahead is the VA hospital. You
Yeah,
throw a ball
okay.
over the canal there,
Yeah.
that little canal. You're into the VA hospital in the back.
Gotcha.
So you have to go down on the front or to Fort Street, go up Fort, and then there's an old, the old O'Farrell cabin is sitting there on the right hand side, and then the next light, that's where you turn in.
Okay.
And you turn right and head up into the old. You go through the old sandstone gates and watchtower, and then the guard tower.
Yeah, that one.
And then you drive through the grounds, and
Okay,
you're on
yeah,
the
I know
grounds of the
that one.
VA.
Yeah,
and
I
it
was
is
picturing
beautiful.
the Armory because a big empty parking lot. It
Yeah.
seems like fire crews sometimes use it, and then it's almost always empty. There's
Yeah.
just
No.
nobody
No,
out
it's
there.
a-
Like, that's a great
yeah.
place to take
Yeah.
pictures.
Anyways,
But up there,
Any place.
but up there has elevation because they
Yeah.
have roads, and then they have all the old buildings and barracks from when that used to. That's the actual Fort Boise.
Yeah, pretty
So-
sweet, man. Pretty cool. So went up, rode around there, checked it out, and they have like a full parking garage up there now, but like it's like a very nice designed parking garage. They have a bunch of really cool stuff. I haven't been over there, and so did some more exploring, rode around. It was still only like 40 something degrees out,
Yeah.
so it was kind of still a little chilly. But after that, got home. And I said, okay, well, why not, since I'm on a roll today, why not take the Evo out? So then I took the Evo out, drove around, did some things, and, ran a couple errands, and came back home. I thought, well, I haven't washed it in a while.
Yeah.
I literally have washed it once in that new house.
That's impressive.
And
Once.
so number of
In
times
7 months.
you've driven it to number of times you've washed it.
But here's the other thing, though. This house, for some reason, the direction that it faces, or whatever it may be,
Dusty.
no, I don't get any dust in that
Yeah.
garage.
Yeah.
My old garage, freaking nightmare. I'm
Yeah.
talking like it would be dust after one day.
Yeah.
But this garage,
Well, your old garage was kind of a wind tunnel.
it was a wind
So
tunnel.
it like sucked everything
it did
in,
suck
and then
everything
it
You
went.
were also near a lot of open plots of land where active construction was
Yeah.
happening.
This is like this where I'm at now. I'm
But
like,
even
there's-
with your park across the street, I'm surprised that you
Very
don't have that
peaceful
much
where you are now.
dust. So it's got to be the direction of the house and the way the wind
there's
blows
just no
on
dust,
it.
and it's fantastic. It's my favorite thing. And so anyway, so O&R bath thing was barely dirty, and obviously, and then I wanted to tackle something. I wanted to PPF the headlights, right?
Yeah.
So I picked up, and thanks to Matt over at Lupo, he actually printed me out some Expel PPF for me to do my own headlights. Unfortunately, he printed them out for the 06 Lancer,
Yeah.
not Lancer Evolution.
So the headlights are a different shape.
So a
and-
different shape.
Yeah.
And it's okay. So because my friend Steve printed me out a set that were the right shape, but he printed on the Steck film or the S-Tech or however you want to say it. First time ever. I'm not a PPF guy. You guys know me. I don't know I barely know anything about
Just
it.
for headlights.
I'm just amateur. Every once in a while, I'll attempt it.
Yeah.
But he did some pre-cuts for me and basically polished out the headlights. Didn't go crazy because I didn't want to. I'm basically at the point on that headlight to where I can tell if I were to go any more aggressive, I would blow through the coating, and then I'd be chasing spots where the coating has failed, if
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
I wanted just to say, I'm going to lightly polish it, whatever's under there, save it, it's clear. So basically laid down my Johnson & Johnson baby shampoo water mix, threw on a little bit of my distilled
alcohol.
water, by the way,
Yeah.
right? And then used my IPA on a couple different areas. The Steck film goes on there instantaneously. Basically, your amount of time to play with it is much less than other films. But the thing is that it suctions to whatever the heck you're putting it on. It's a very fast-acting film, but basically got it on there, started squeegeeing things out. I left a lot of moisture under there because my garage was humid because I just got done washing the car, and I was basically chasing the humidity, but looked good. Got it all on there successfully. I just wish I was better at PPF, to be honest. I think that's like, if I had that skill and if I had PDR skills, like I'd be so happy, but I just don't. And so anyways, did that. And then end of the night with a little bit of Peloton, a little bit of sim racing, right?
Nice. Peloton sim racing?
Ooh, now there's a combo.
Wow, that would be a combo. Holy, how can I do that? I'm honestly
running
thinking.
is the accelerator.
Technically, you're already racing people on the Peloton, so it is sim.
So if I were to like somehow mount the steering wheel onto the handles, right? So, but like then have it towards just like a button to gas it.
You could bang gears.
Bang gears like that.
Totally.
What an experience that would be.
It's like when we were kids, there was when I was a child, there was a bike that the shifter, instead of like normal thumb shifters on the bicycle, it had a gear shift that you could put into gear to change first through six.
Okay.
And I thought that was the most insane thing I'd ever seen.
It wasn't like a clutch or anything, was there?
No, it was just like your bike. It was just like a friction shifter, but it was like you just move it down first through six, and it would run the gears up the back of a.
So is it like a little? It's like a little stick coming up and
out.
It
was
was
a little 6-speed bike, but it had a little shifter on it.
My friend had one of those, but it was actually a car, a chain-driven little miniature car,
basically
right?
same idea.
And it had the same thing, but it was only 4, is what it was. But you would change the amount of friction.
Yeah.
So like in first gear, it would be really light. Like you could pedal all day long and wouldn't go anywhere. Then you throw it in a second, it would go a little bit further. You got that thing into fourth.
It was hard to pedal from a stop.
That thing is moving once you're going.
There's like a ball on the end of it or something, right? It's not just like a little.
No, it's a derailleur. It's literally just a normal derailleur, like on a bike with a chain with a cassette. And then the difference is, Dane, there's 2 types of shifting for bicycles. There's index, and then there's friction. Friction is literally the amount you pull that cable, the tension you pull on the cable.
Increases or reduces.
And it moves that derailleur up and down.
Yeah.
Index, you click it, and then it moves one gear. Click it, and it moves to the next gear. So the newer bikes are all index. The old bikes, the old 10 speeds and bikes from the 80s and 70s, 80s, early 90s were all friction shift. Okay. So you had to just move that thing back and forth to get your gear.
I guess what I was trying to figure out, and this is just because this is how my brain works.
So this shifter was literally a friction shifter. So if you had it in the front in first, it was in the easiest gear. You'd pull it back into sixth, and it would be on the hardest gear on the smallest cog.
My point being is that a metal rod that sticks up off of your handlebars towards your face. So if you get in an accident, you impale yourself.
Wasn't there?
That's all I was trying to figure out.
Top tube, sitting right on the top tube.
Unless it's just a lever you
right
slide
in front of.
forward and aft.
Nope. Sticking straight up, top tube mount, right in front of your handlebars. Had a shifter, and you just pull on it while you're riding your bike.
Huh.
Let's just say I'm sure a lot of kids got impaled on that, and
that's
so they got rid of it.
I was trying to figure out the
but
amount
it wasn't,
of injuries
remember, it had a ball on it. It had a
shifter
ball on it, so they didn't.
That's all.
And
I was
it was usually a rubber ball.
The design, the visual language of it, was it something that
that's literally
just projected?
Now we know
out?
where we're at.
So you kind of
But
anyway.
Point is, they built that stuff. Why not move that shifter over? You're banging them gears while you're pelotoning.
Yeah.
Just racing against people.
Something like that. Yeah.
Nice.
Anyways, but that was my night, man. Nothing too, or that was my weekend. Nothing too crazy.
Got a workout.
Yeah. It was good. So, Dane, you gotta explain this thumbnail for us.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm very confused. Why did you get rid of your headlights?
Yeah, I just decided I didn't like them anymore. More cooling.
But
less more air.
Yeah, some air intakes.
The
new drag car.
Bay. So, yeah. Basically, over the last couple of weeks, I noticed my right side headlight, the passenger side headlight here in the U.S., was getting some condensation inside.
Some?
Yeah, some.
Some condensation?
So,
just a touch.
There was just a smidge. Yeah, it was looking a little damp in there. Not good. So that means the seal has been, broken somewhere.
Compromised.
Along the way there. And, of course, that's a little concerning for your headlight because of electronics and such. But, yeah, I noticed it wasn't happening over on the driver's side. So just on the passenger side, but I thought, okay, I want to get these fixed up by your boy Travis here. I want to get, some retrofits done to the headlights. I thought it'd be fun. Unfortunately, he's a very busy man, and it's hard to get in the running on that. So this happened before I had a chance to get into a shop. So I've got myself a passenger side headlight that went out. And these are xenon headlights, the traditional, like the gas type.
So the condensation actually caused the headlight to go out then?
That's what I'm not 100% sure about. That's my assumption.
Okay.
That's my guess. But I can't prove that right now. Okay. So I've got a headlight. It went out, and, that's the hole from where the headlight was removed from. So the poor guy's got an eye out. He's a Cyclops right now. That's where the battery is in the car, underneath the rear compartment, and I went through some fuses. So basically what I'll say about this is, first thing I looked up was how do you remove the headlight on this car, because all my cars have had different ways of removing headlights. Volvo was probably the easiest of all time. You literally pull up one thin slice of metal, and the headlight comes out. On this one, it is 3 10-millimeter bolts, including one that is inside the wheel well from the back, and that holds the wheel. That is the ballast underneath. So the thing about HID xenon headlights is they're gas, dealing with extremely high voltage, all this stuff. It's like, okay, it's a little sketchier than just a simple halogen or whatever. But in terms of fixing the headlight, it's still more or less the same as any other car, where you just go in, you change the bulb. That was going to be my first thing. It's like, all right, I want to know, is it the bulb that's out? Or in this case, because it's not a halogen, it's not an LED, there's a ballast involved because you're dealing with gas. So in this case, I thought, okay, I'll change the bulb first. Well, my problem was I was kind of in a pinch because, it was getting dark outside, and I was like, I got to go to the auto parts store. Does anybody have these kinds of bulbs in stock? Hopefully, yes. But, LED is kind of the norm now, so HIDs are kind of on their way out. And there's still a lot of places that carry this stuff because there's still lots of cars out there that have HIDs. But there's a very confusing system they have where you have D1S bulbs and D3S bulbs. And they look identical. Literally no way to tell them apart. Looking at them, just the physical shape and everything, identical. No difference. All the differences are in the inside of the housing. So the only way to tell is the sticker that's underneath. And unfortunately, I didn't have the tools with me to pull the headlight out and check the bulb before I went to the auto parts store. I had to get home for that. And I was like, well, I don't want to get pulled over, so let me just get to the auto parts store and I'll get home as fast as I can. Got there, I got a D3S bulb, went home, this was Friday night, and got in there, put everything together, and I put in the new bulb, and it didn't work. And of course, the guy behind the counter, when I got the bulb, was like, oh, wow, you need this bulb? That's a really expensive bulb. Because they're like...
Where did you go? You go to Napa?
I went to O'Reilly.
So O'Reilly carried an HID, a xenon bulb?
Yeah, but they're behind the counter because they're like $180.
Yeah,
that's a very...
It's impressive.
So that's weird to me because when you started saying that you went to the auto parts store, I'm telling you right now, I've never seen a place successfully sell
an HID bulb,
or
xenon bulb.
The only reason I knew that they had it was because I checked online and I saw in stock at this location up in Eagle.
Yeah.
So I went up the road on Eagle Road, not Eagle.
But you needed
to, I know you can
the Eagle O'Reilly stocks all the finest.
That's all they have. Is
all the finest
bulbs.
Jaguar
They don't
parts.
actually have halogen bulbs there.
There's a lot of halogen on the shelf and stuff, but this is one of those where you're only going to find it behind the counter. So I was like, do you have these bulbs? And I show him a picture, and the guy sees D3S. He goes, oh, yeah, those are really expensive. I go, yeah, I didn't see them out here. He goes, oh, yeah, they're way too expensive to leave out to the regular people. I was like, okay.
Regular people, again.
Us regular folks.
So in case you guys, if you haven't watched Parks and Recreation,
Eagleton.
Our Eagle is very similar to their Eagleton.
It is
where
basically
all the finest things are available in Eagleton.
Pawnee
unlike
is Boise.
Yeah.
Eagleton is Eagle.
So
anyways, okay,
totally
so you plug
makes
it in,
sense.
didn't work.
So,
but you couldn't find the bulb until you pulled the light out and saw
right,
the
there was no way to know what bulb it
Okay.
was. Because the problem was when I looked online, and this is the part that's so frustrating and confusing, I like to go to car forums online, which many are dying by the day, but they're still out there being replaced by Facebook groups. There's still forums out there. So for the Jaguar, I looked up, okay, the X150, that's the generation of this particular XKR. They made it from 2007 to 2015. Here's all the stuff. But there were changes along the way. And one of those changes was around the time my car was made. 2011 was the last year before they facelifted them and changed the headlights. So some XKRs, like mine, had D1S bulbs and others had D3S, and there was no way to tell which one your car had without actually opening it up and getting to the bulb. before the earlier ones had D1S. D3S was new tech, and it's in all the F-types and everything going forward.
Yeah.
But this was the transition period. So depending on when yours was made, maybe you got one from here, maybe you got one from there. Because they're not totally hand-built cars, but more than most cars on the road. So you have a lot of that kind of like, well, Steve was there that day and he was doing something a little different in the, assembly line. Okay, he grabbed a D1. That's what we got. So in this case, turned out the car had D1s and I had the D3. I plugged it in, didn't work. And I was like, oh crap. So to top off the situation there, I was like, okay, well, I have to go switch the bulbs. I'm sure because I was testing the different stuff. It wasn't working. I was like, maybe it's the fuse too. I want to check the fuses. So I literally replaced all of my fuses with new, little, let you know when there's a break kind of fuses, little LED built into them. It's like, at the very least, I'll be glad I did this.
Right.
And
expensive though, Dane.
Yes.
How much do you spend on LED
it's about
fuses?
$30 for a little, for a little set to replace all the ones, just my engine bay ones. I didn't do the ones in the passenger compartment. Okay. I know this is really exciting for everybody, but this is what you do when you're diagnosing a problem. You just go through the different steps and you figure out, okay, I'm really trying to avoid the ballast because the ballast that connects to the headlight is like $300. So kind of last on my list in terms of things I want to be buying for it. But you know what? You buy this car, you're going to accept there's going to be some expenses.
So were you able to return the bulb?
So this is where it also got screwy was the following night when I finally got around my other duties, I was like, okay, I'm going to work on this now. I went back to the store because I knew I had the wrong bulb. I got my fuses so I could replace the fuses, but I also got the bulb, and I went to the exact same store where the exact same guy was working, only he wasn't helping me at the counter. It was this kid who seemed like he was new. He was just learning stuff. I said, sorry, I got the wrong bulb. I explained to him how it worked, and he was just kind of like weird and off, but he was nice, just strange. And he then gave me the bulb, but he was confused why I was bringing it back. And said, well, I installed it for 2 seconds, realized it didn't work, and I put it back. So that was after the fact. And the guy he put me in the system. He gave me my money back and exchanged me for the other bulb. And then the old guy who sold me the bulb originally comes back. He didn't recognize me at first. He's just like, well, you can't do that. We can't sell it. And I was like, oh, crap. I just created an incident for this poor kid who's probably new. And I was like, oh,
sorry, you throw pocket sand and run.
So it was a non-returnable item?
So it turns out I couldn't return it in that way, but I had already been refunded, so you couldn't do jack about it.
Oh.
So then you bought the new bulbs from them.
My horrible guilty conscience, I was like, do I have to pay the difference? What's it going to take to not get this kid fired on his first day or whatever? I care about people. I want to make sure he's all right, even if he is a little weird. So deal with that. The guy ended up actually being cool once he recognized me. He goes, oh, yeah, I sold you that bulb. It was the D3S. And I go, yeah, it turned out it was the wrong one. And he goes, well, you showed me your phone. It had a D3S. And I go, yeah, that was before I knew the differences and stuff. It's just what came up in your system when I search it because, they're year, make, and model, all that crap. So he's like, all right, I guess I'll get you a D1S. So I already did that. But I went home. The guy was fine. Kid didn't get fired. It was all right. Went back home, changed the bulb out, still didn't fix it. So now I'm going, oh, crap.
Wait, what? Hold on. So different bulbs still didn't light up.
Now it's the correct bulb that I know for a fact because the original OEM bulbs say D1S on them. So I know when I put it in, D1S. So then that leaves me with just two options left as to what the problem is. Otherwise, it's something way weirder and way worse, which is, okay, I can replace the wire that connects the ballast to the bulb. There's a wire that goes between.
Ladies
and gentlemen, this is why you don't buy a Jaguar.
This is sounding horrible.
But see, this is any car that has xenons. You're going to run into this potentially.
I have an Evo.
I don't have
no
I don't
issues.
have xenons.
Yeah, well, if it happens,
the Civic's got xenons, no issues.
Yeah, but do you have them in there since factory, since new? I didn't think so.
No, they're aftermarket.
Because your car had halogens when it was new.
My Evo's
so
a 2006 with
also
stock
HIDs and halogen housings.
My Camry has HIDs.
It is well. So the thing is though, HIDs are rated for about 100,000 miles.
Yeah, they are.
So that makes sense that they're so.
Yeah,
honestly,
my car has almost 100,000 miles.
You should replace both of them.
Yeah, no, and that's kind of what I'm looking at.
So the wire to the ballast.
Yeah, so it's either the wire or it's the ballast itself. So I looked, and when I told the guy, okay, I'm getting this headlight, I hope it's just the headlight, not the ballast. And the guy looked up the ballast. He's like, oh, hope it's not the ballast for you either. And I was like,
$600 for both of them?
Well, yeah, potentially.
You have to replace them?
Or I could buy a new headlight for $1,000. That's fun. because the headlights are motorized and
Right,
move
yeah,
and do
they
all
light
that
up.
stuff. So it's like, But in this case, I'm just doing piecemeal, trying to figure it out. So I think it's going to be the ballast. I ordered a ballast on Amazon, but here's where it gets a little sketchy. So your options when you're looking for a ballast, you're like, okay, do I have the right one? There's these like $30 ones that you're pretty sure aren't the right thing, even though the pictures look kind of close. And you're like, is this going to be a situation where I order an Eagle Edgeless and it turns out to be like, and it's just this weird lumpy towel made from cotton that looked like microfiber. Yeah, a whole thing. So I'm trying to avoid that scenario. So I was like, okay, what's the next step up from that? Oh, okay. This one is actually made by Hella, which is the original manufacturer of the xenon bulbs in there. Let's get those dealt with, and I'll get this one. It was like $70-$80.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay,
that's
good. Better than $300, which is what the ballast was.
This
through
week
the part
I
system.
ran across the street to the junkyard to get a window switch for the Suburban because the switch wasn't working. $7.
Yeah,
It's a good deal.
Yoshi has
Swapped it
an
in, no
excellent
problem.
point. I should have done that from the beginning. Gone over to my driver's side headlight, grabbed the ballast, and move it over to the passenger and see if that fixes it.
It's not
That-
too late, Dane. You can still
still
That
could
would
do
be
that.
smart. Well, I already ordered it, so I'll find out when it gets
You
here.
can cancel
But
it.
yeah, well,
It's Amazon at least.
I don't want to cancel it and then find out I need
Dane
it.
laughed at us when there was an XKR over at the junkyard several months
he did
ago.
laugh at us.
And I was like, Dane, he's like, that's a completely different body style, blah,
It's the
blah.
Probably the
X100
same light.
generation. It's
Guarantee that they're
older
the
one.
same damn
Probably
light
same
bulbs.
ballast.
Same bulbs, same ballast. I
Yep.
guarantee you.
Yeah,
It's
Maybe
probably
we should
true.
go over there at lunchtime. We should go check and see if it's still there.
So
Might be.
when
Get
I'm
ourselves
doing all
some
this stuff, another thing I want to do is just crack open the housings and reseal and clean them out on the inside and then reseal.
Drill a little weep
I can
hole.
do that. I can put it in my oven for like
No,
20
don't
minutes.
drill weep holes on that. I did that on my first Civic, right? What a nightmare.
Oh, that
I
sounds
seriously
like a
did.
problem.
I drilled weep holes on my first
Yeah,
Civic.
you did, yeah.
And yes,
Nightmare.
Yoshi, the supplier I went with was Hella, so we're good there too. But yeah, that's basically it. Like it was just me going through all the steps and being disappointed at every turn. So hey, that's life sometimes. But my new ballast should arrive Thursday, Friday-ish. So
very nice. Yeah,
I'll see
see
about
what
that. But I'll
happens.
take Yoshi's advice. I will swap over
Yeah,
the
it's
driver's
always
side.
that was my issue
find
with
out
the
if that
Elantra
helps.
is I'd always swap a bulb that went out the first few years that I owned it because it would burn up bulbs at a certain time.
Yeah.
Because it has the ability to keep the headlights on all the time, and
Yeah,
it just
like DRLs
randomly
really
turns
factor
off.
into that.
So it would burn out the bulbs all really fast. But I would always swap the first one, and then literally like a week later, the second one would go out. And I was always be like, oh. So then I finally, after a few years of ownership, realized I just got to buy them at the same time. Swap them both, doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, and yeah, so I'm that guy who
All
like
right.
leaves his headlights on.
Okay, we're getting the music coming
I
on, so we got to
know,
wrap
I
it
know.
up. Last thing I want to tell you guys, go check out the PNS Legend video.
Oh yeah.
Go watch
check
it.
that out.
Yeah. Anyways, check it out. Dane, any last words from your weekend or anything else you want to leave us with?
No, I pretty much tortured everybody. You're welcome.
Get ready for St. Patrick's Day, ladies and gentlemen. This
Oh.
Wednesday.
Yeah, let's
All right,
do
Dane.
it. We'll get
Plug it.
All
Final
right,
plugs.
guys, you've already been here. You know the deal. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And until Thursday, we'll catch you on Q&A Thursday over on the main channel, the Rag Company YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to both, and we will catch you there. So, take care, and look out for some new videos this week.
See ya.
Bye.